Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, Mookie.
Yeah.
And we back with another reaction video. Mookie. Recently, bro, our videos been, or our comment section been a lot of talk about like history, woke people and liberals and all this type of stuff, bro. So today I bring forth you, bro. Today I bring forth a video, a short history of slavery. Now Candace Owens is in this video, just to let you know. You feel me? You seen this before? What, bro? What do you have to say?
No, Candace on, she speaks the truth about a lot of things, but a lot of things I think she has is just foolishness. Just like Brandon Tatum.
Alright, back. So look, family, if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Mookie, if there's anywhere you need me to stop, because I know how you get with this subject right here, let me know, yo. Let's get it, bro.
And now for a brief history of slavery. Here's the first thing you need to know. Slavery was not invented by white people. It did not start in 1619 when the first slaves came to Jamestown. It existed before then. It did not start in 1492 when Columbus discovered the New World. In fact, when the intrepid explorer landed in the Bahamas, the native Taino tribe hoped that he would help them defeat their aggressive neighbors, the Caribs. The Caribs enslaved the Taino and, on occasion, served them for dinner. Slavery existed in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East.
True.
The word slave actually comes from the Slavs of Eastern Europe. Millions of them, all white by the way, were captured and enslaved by Muslims in the 9th century and later by the Ottoman Turks. Slavery existed when the Roman Empire controlled the Mediterranean and most of Europe from the 1st through the 5th centuries.
That's true.
Slavery existed when Alexander the Great conquered Persia in the 4th century BC. It was so common that Aristotle simply considered it natural.
Right.
The slave master model was just how the world operated in the great philosopher's day. Slavery existed during the time of the ancient Egyptians 5,000 years ago.
Right.
As far back as we can go in human history, we find slavery. As renowned historian John Steele Gordon notes from time immemorial, slaves were a major item of commerce. As much as a third of the population of the ancient world was enslaved. Here's the second thing you need to know. White people were the first to formally put an end to slavery. In 1833, Britain was the first country in the history of the world to pass a Slavery Abolition Act. They were quickly followed by France, who in 1848 abolished slavery in her many colonies. Then, of course, came the 13th Amendment in the United States Constitution. After centuries of human slavery, white men led the world in putting an end to the abhorrent practice. That includes the 300,000 Union soldiers, overwhelmingly white, who died during the Civil War. Now, am I saying that this makes white people
Talk to me.
All of that's true, and it was
So
historically white, but you got to remember that they were black Union slaves too. Not to say, like what she's saying, like white people are better than black people, but the white people did not do it by themselves. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? They were free men, and I heard, bro, that all slave owners weren't bad. All
Right.
slave owners didn't beat their slaves.
I heard that too, though.
All slave owners, what's the name? So it was some slaves that were happy to work for their slave owners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gave them good food, good beds, good clothes, and everything like that. And this is just, what I researched. If I'm wrong, correct me, because you guys did correct me the last time.
Right.
When some of the Union generals and soldiers came by,
Yeah.
they were saying, well, we okay where we at. We don't want to fight in this war. But the Union soldiers made them fight anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Even though they didn't want to fight, they made them fight anyway. So it's a lot of toss-ups. You know what I'm saying? and it's kind of tough coming from Candace Owens because she was the one with Kanye West to put a White Lives Matter T-shirt on.
Right.
That's stupid. Just like the Black Lives Matter T-shirt is stupid because all lives matter.
Facts.
Not just the black ones or the white ones, but the brown ones and the whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't get with her when it comes to certain things because she does big up like white people a lot. You feel what I'm saying? And some white people deserves their flowers. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, this country wasn't just built on the backs of white men.
Right.
It took all of us to bring this country to what it is today.
Yeah, that's for real.
So,
well, I'm about to say, so how you feel about her saying white people didn't start slavery?
I think it's some truth. I would rather dive deeper into it myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To see what I can come up with. But yeah, it was in Africa. It was some, African tribes that enslaved other Africans. You know what I'm saying? And it's true that some Africans sold some of their slaves to the white men that brought them to this country. So, gotta eat that.
Better than anyone else? Of course not. My purpose here is to simply tell the truth, and the truth is that human history is complicated.
Exactly.
No one, regardless of skin color, stands guiltless.
Right.
Yet today we are never told to consider the murderous Persian Empire or the cannibalism of indigenous tribes of North and South America or the heinous actions under the imperialistic Muslim, Chinese, Mongol, or Japanese empires, to name just a few.
Right.
Instead, we're told that slavery is a white phenomenon. And like all persistent lies, this lie spawns a bunch of other lies. On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise. I wish any of this were true, but it's not. It's a fantasy. The truth is that Africans were sold into slavery by other black Africans, and in many cases, sold for items as trivial as gin and mirrors. Whites didn't go into the interior and round up the natives.
True.
They waited on the coast for their black partners to bring them black bodies.
That's very true.
The stark reality is that our lives had very little value to our ancestors. Here's the third thing you need to know. If you think slavery is a relic of the past, you're wrong. There are some 700,000 slaves in Africa today, right now. That's the lowest estimate that I could find. Other sources say there are many more. For context, that's almost twice as many slaves as were ever brought to the United States. Child soldiers, human trafficking, forced labor. These are the conditions that currently exist within the same sub-Saharan region where the transatlantic slave trade originated. African bodies are being sold today like they were sold then. And no, they are not being purchased by any country of white men. In fact, slavery, by any traditional definition, is exclusively practiced today within non-white countries. But we hear almost nothing about that. Just like we hear nothing about how slavery was universal until good people in Europe and America ended it 2 centuries ago. Why? Because our so-called leaders, black and white, wouldn't profit from it. Black victimhood is nothing if not profitable. It elects politicians and funds racial grievance groups.
Right.
And if black Americans began to view themselves as partners in the American dream, if we embraced the patriotic spirit that holds all men are created equal, the patriotic spirit that is our real heritage, then the race hustlers would soon be out of business. And who wants that? I'm Candace Owens, author of Blackout for Prager University.
A lot of facts. Like I said, some of her points I would rather kind of do my own research in it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff she was spot on. You know what I'm saying? So.
When it comes to stuff like this, I be just having like a open mind, like how you say you want to do like the research just to make sure. But I have been told, or even in history class, bro.
Yeah.
They saying that it was only like white slaves, not white slave, but black slave, white people.
Like if you think about like the Roman times when you know, when the Coliseum was up and stuff like that, and you know the gladiators would fight. Those gladiators were slaves, bro.
For real.
Yeah, and they were white, black. You know, those gladiators were slaves, and people would profit from their death. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta know it didn't just exist in, you know, black people. You had all types of slaves out there, bro. So that's true. You know
The way how the world make it seem, it's crazy, bro. Even the movies. Think about the movies and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta do your own. You gotta realize it and just do your own research. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like she said, nobody is guiltless. Right. Everybody had a part to play. You see what I'm saying? And you got to open your mind to that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, what I'm not going to do is claim oppression. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, too many people marched for me. Too many people died for me to give me the opportunity that I have today for me not to say that. Because this was people back in the 40s, the 30s, 40s, and 50s that would literally give their right arm for the opportunities that we got today to live like we live today. So I'm not going to take that out that I see a lot of other black people taking. You know what I'm saying?
That's for real.
And I'm not going to blame a white person for the for the sins of their great grandfather who was a slave owner. Let's say he was a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to blame you for that. You weren't born. You didn't have anything to do with your grandfather's sins. So I'm not doing that. No, that's not going to happen. I treat everybody fairly. I treat everybody the same. Everybody, I don't judge you off, you know, the color of your skin, because that's stupid.
Right.
I judge you off the deeds and the characteristics of your heart. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, Jesus said, by their fruit you should know them. So what you do is going to tell me exactly who you are.
Facts.
So
facts.
that's what it is.
Look, man. Amazing words from my guy Mookie again. This one of the subjects that my man Mookie be killing it, bro. I learned so much information from this guy when it comes to this type of stuff. Look, fam, if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Y'all want us to react to another video like this. It's a couple of other topics that we gotta touch, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Look, man, I'd say like, comment, subscribe. I'm Nick DUNSON.
And I'm Mookie DUNSON.
And we out, baby. One.